A young girl from a single-parent family, Yoon Ju-won, wished her father could give her a brother without needing a woman. After her mother's death, she lived with her father, who took great care of her. This care helped Yoon Ju-won become smart and lively, without any personality defects typically associated with broken homes. Her teacher collected the children's wishes, and Yoon Ju-won's greatest wish was for her single father to give her a brother. Her father could only smile bitterly upon hearing this. Guessing his long hours at the noodle shop made Yoon Ju-won feel lonely. While they were discussing this, a new family moved in next door with a slightly older boy. Hoping to foster good relations, her father encouraged Yoon Ju-won to treat the boy as her brother. She joyfully took the boy's hand and sweetly called him brother, but he was expressionless and cold. Her father, not wanting to dampen her enthusiasm, picked her up and laughed, mentioning that they, living on the third floor, were a family of 3, and they, on the second floor, were a family of 2. This comment angered the boy's mother, who confronted her husband, asking why he lied about being a family of 3 instead of 4. It turned out they had another daughter who died in an accident at home, leaving the mother sensitive and irritable. She blamed her son for not taking care of his sister and became distant towards him. Unable to endure the neighbors' gossip, they moved from Seoul to the countryside. However, a remark by Yoon Jong-jae soon after they moved in angered her again. Kim Dae-wook tried to calm his wife, but she began to shout. Their son, Kim San-ha, stayed silent and scared. The loud argument led unknowing neighbors to call the police, who discovered the husband was their new precinct chief. As the police left, they discussed the argument over the daughter's death, overheard by a curious neighbor. Yoon Jong-jae advised Yoon Ju-won not to mention the sister in front of Kim San-ha, just as she wouldn't want her mother mentioned. They saw Kim San-ha sitting alone on the stairs. Yoon Jong-jae invited him to their home, but he got up and went straight back to his apartment. Kim Dae-wook was cleaning up after his wife had thrown things. He told Kim San-ha that her anger was just her way of expressing sadness, urging him not to blame her. The next day, Kim San-ha was hungry but found only empty bottles on the table. His mother locked herself in her room and he considered making ramen, but remembered the accident with his sister when making noodles for her. He worried the sound of eating dry noodles might disturb his mother, so he took the noodles to the stairwell to eat. Yoon Ju-won invited Kim San-ha to dinner at home, but Kim San-ha refused again. Unable to bear the thought of his child eating instant noodles, Yoon Jong-jae made pancakes and asked Yoon Ju-won to deliver them to Kim San-ha. Despite his pride, Kim San-ha still refused to accept them, leaving Yoon Ju-won no choice but to eat them himself. The next day, a neighbor introduced Yoon Jong-jae to a potential match and brought the person directly to their home. Yoon Jong-jae was cleaning and didn't notice the guest arriving, accidentally splashing a bucket of water onto the visitor's face. At that moment, Yoon Ju-won returned from school, and the woman's son, Kang Hae-jun, greeted her. Learning that this woman might become her mother, Yoon Ju-won was unhappy, declaring she didn't need a mother but would like a brother instead. Seeing this, the neighbor took Yoon Ju-won and Kang Hae-jun to a convenience store, leaving Yoon Jong-jae and Kang Hae-jun's mother alone. After buying snacks, the neighbor asked the kids to stay outside alone. Kang Hae-jun tried to talk to Yoon Ju-won, who was upset about the possibility of Kang Hae-jun's mother becoming her own. She ignored him. On their way home, they ran into Kim San-ha. Yoon Ju-won happily walked with him until overhearing 2 boys behind them, saying Kim San-ha's sister died because of him and calling him a troubled child. Yoon Ju-won defended Kim San-ha and got into a fight, with Kang Hae-jun helping and Kim San-ha reluctantly joining in. The other kids' parents accused the trio of ganging up. After learning the reason for the fight, Yoon Jong-jae demanded an apology to Kim San-ha from the other mother and son. Realizing they were at fault for spreading rumors, they eventually apologized. Later, Yoon Jong-jae made ribs for Kang Hae-jun and his mother and invited Kim San-ha. This time, he accepted the invitation due to the friendship formed from the fight. At dinner, Yoon Ju-won, favoring Kim San-ha, passed ribs intended for Kang Hae-jun to him. Naive Kang Hae-jun didn't mind. He had never felt paternal love and was content with Yoon Jong-jae's warmth. After they left, Yoon Ju-won and Kim San-ha played excitedly downstairs. Kim San-ha showed his childlike innocence, but his joy saddened his mother watching from upstairs. Yoon Ju-won showed Kim San-ha her mother's photo, saying she looked at it whenever she missed her mom. She suggested Kim San-ha could do the same with his sister's photo. Kim San-ha went home, took out a hidden family photo, and remembered happier times. Meanwhile, Kang Hae-jun's mother received a troubling phone call on a bus and suddenly changed her expression. The next day, she left Kang Hae-jun in his younger sister's care, promising to return soon after earning some money. Kang Hae-jun believed her, not realizing it was the last time he'd see his mother. She then disappeared. The neighbor complained to Yoon Jong-jae about Kang Hae-jun's mother's abrupt disappearance, even changing her phone number without a proper goodbye. Yoon Jong-jae took it as her way of rejection. Unexpectedly, that night, he received a call from a strange number. It was Kang Hae-jun's mother asking for a loan due to trouble she'd encountered and hoping Yoon Jong-jae could occasionally check on Kang Hae-jun. Yoon Jong-jae lent the money and soon found Kang Hae-jun's place, seeing him sitting outside in thin clothes, with the home in disarray. Aunt Kang Hae-jun came home from school and said she hadn't graduated yet and didn't have time to look after Kang Hae-jun. He had to take care of his own meals 3 times a day. Yoon Jong-jae asked Kang Hae-jun if he wanted to come live with him first. Kang Hae-jun, fond of the gentle Yoon Jong-jae, agreed immediately. Meanwhile, Kim San-ha's mother found a photo of a family of 4 in her son's drawer, cut it up in anger, and told her husband, Kim Dae-wook. She couldn't shake the thought that only Kim San-ha was present when their daughter died and suspected him of doing something to his sister. Kim Dae-wook thought his wife was insane and told her to come to her senses. Their argument was overheard by Kim San-ha, who had just come home from school. His mother accused him of living in pain every day. Seeing Kim San-ha happy at a neighbor's house downstairs, she could no longer bear it and begged Kim Dae-wook to let her leave. Kim San-ha rushed in, pleading with his mother not to go, promising never to eat downstairs or laugh again, just asking for her forgiveness. That night, Kim San-ha spent in tears of pain and helplessness. Kang Hae-jun, now in a new home, laughed in his bed, feeling a happiness he had never imagined. The next day, Kim San-ha told Yoon Ju-won he would no longer visit her house. Just then, Kim San-ha's mother came out with a suitcase. Naive Yoon Ju-won pleaded with her to continue letting Kim San-ha visit her home. Kim San-ha's mother coldly handed her son to Yoon Ju-won to be her brother. Yoon Ju-won was happy to finally have a brother. Years later, Kim San-ha's mother hadn't returned, and neither had Kang Hae-jun's mother. Kim Dae-wook, busy with work, often left Kim San-ha in Yoon Jong-jae's care. The 3 children lived together and became close as family. 10 years passed, and the 3 had become high school students. Under Yoon Jong-jae's care, the 5 of them lived relatively happily. However, Yoon Ju-won was dissatisfied that the 2 brothers didn't share her family register and loudly declared at the dinner table that they must all have the same surname, or she couldn't live on. From elementary school to high school, girls always asked Yoon Ju-won to pass love letters to her 2 brothers. Yoon Ju-won, now numb to it, faced suspicion from the girls who didn't receive replies. Some thought Yoon Ju-won liked her brothers, others guessed she never delivered the letters. Whenever Yoon Ju-won was bullied, she felt aggrieved, blaming it on the misunderstandings caused by their different surnames. She didn't want to live like this anymore. Kang Hae-jun taught her to think of herself as a crazy person in such situations and to act crazily in response. Yoon Ju-won took this advice to heart. The next day, when another girl asked her to deliver gifts to Kim San-ha and Kang Hae-jun, Yoon Ju-won asked her to sign a no-blame contract regardless of the brothers' response. The girls thought Yoon Ju-won was mocking them and knocked her to the ground. Remembering Kang Hae-jun's advice, Yoon Ju-won tried to show them how crazy she could be by dragging the girl running, but ended up falling into a pond. The entire school watched Yoon Ju-won's misfortune. Angry, she approached the 2 girls, who thought she was going to explode in anger, but she humbly begged the seniors not to bully her. The girl was scared by Yoon Ju-won's acting. She called Yoon Ju-won crazy. Yoon Ju-won was thrilled by the comment. Just then, Kang Hae-jun received a message and rushed into the crowd. He took off his jersey to wipe Yoon Ju-won's face. At that moment, Kim San-ha also ran over. He put his own coat on Yoon Ju-won. He left the crowd with his younger siblings. On the way home, it started raining heavily. The 3 ran wildly in the rain, enjoying carefree moments. However, Neighbors saw Kim San-ha and Kang Hae-jun as pitiful children abandoned by their mother. They couldn't help gossiping whenever they saw them. Yoon Ju-won didn't want to hear the gossip. He again asked his father to proceed with adoption formalities to put all three on the same household registration. Kim San-ha's phone rang with a call from his grandmother. He looked at the phone and declined the call. Unbeknownst to him, his grandmother called his father next. Kim San-ha was not in the mood to eat. He went back upstairs. Yoon Ju-won complained that Kim San-ha's grandmother was too much. Even though Kim San-ha's mother was remarried and doing well, the grandmother shouldn't have told Kim San-ha about it. Yoon Jong-jae made rice balls for the children to take upstairs. Later, he changed the contact name in Kim Dae-wook's phone from mother-in-law to former mother-in-law. Since Kim San-ha's mother had a new family, he hoped Kim San-ha and his father could also start a new life. Kim Dae-wook had no objections. They usually depended on Yoon Jong-jae and were willing to follow his advice. Kim San-ha was not in the mood to eat the rice balls. Yoon Ju-won smelled a fragrance on Kim San-ha's bed and suspected Kim San-ha bought a nice shower gel without telling them. He and Kang Hae-jun rushed to the bathroom to search. After Kim San-ha's mood improved, he sent the two downstairs. The next day, Yoon Ju-won and a friend saw Kim San-ha going to the music room with the school beauty. Yoon Ju-won wanted to follow but was stopped by his friend. The whole class knew about Kim San-ha dating the school beauty except for Yoon Ju-won. Yoon Ju-won was angry for being the only one not knowing. At that moment, Kim San-ha told the school beauty not to ask him out alone anymore to avoid misunderstandings about them dating. The school beauty was puzzled and confessed her liking for Kim San-ha. Kim San-ha simply responded with, She thought it meant he liked her back. Kim San-ha clarified that, meant he was just acknowledging her words. He didn't want to talk much and had never responded to her feelings. After school, Yoon Ju-won was still upset about Kim San-ha and the school beauty dating. Kim San-ha was pleased to see her sad about this, but Yoon Ju-won said if they were really family, Kim San-ha would have told her. Kim San-ha explained that even being on the same household registration doesn't make them family. Meanwhile, Kang Hae-jun, playing basketball, saw a man in black secretly taking his photos. He chased after the man, who escaped but dropped his camera. Kang Hae-jun found it full of his photos and suspected the man might be connected to his mother, who had left for Seoul years ago. At the same time, Kang Hae-jun's aunt visited the noodle shop. She bought underwear for Yoon Jong-jae and the kids, showing her apology. The neighbor criticized the aunt for abandoning Kang Hae-jun and now showing up shamelessly. She regretted introducing Yoon Jong-jae to a burden. Yoon Jong-jae urged his older sister not to think like that. Raising a child is hard, but he loves Kang Hae-jun. He believes they have a father-son bond. Kang Hae-jun met his aunt at the doorstep. Knowing she also had a hard life, he offered her some money for a taxi. She refused and advised him not to trouble his hosts. Her words reminded Kang Hae-jun of his childhood when a guest threatened him to clean the table better or Yoon Jong-jae might send him back. Yoon Jong-jae defended him and scolded the guest, asserting that Kang Hae-jun could stay even if he didn't help with chores. Over the years, Yoon Jong-jae became Kang Hae-jun's safe haven, offering him a warm home. Thinking this, Kang Hae-jun returned home. Yoon Ju-won was upset over Kim San-ha's words and went straight to her room without eating. To appease her, Kim San-ha lied that Kang Hae-jun, not he, was involved with the school beauty. The school beauty was Kang Hae-jun's ex-girlfriend. Yoon Ju-won forgave Kim San-ha, but became very angry with Kang Hae-jun. Upon learning the truth, Kang Hae-jun accused Kim San-ha of immorality. He had been trying to reconcile with Yoon Ju-won, who was still upset when the school beauty sought to reunite with him. Frustrated, Kang Hae-jun asked her not to complicate things further as it would anger Yoon Ju-won more. The school beauty called Yoon Ju-won to an empty classroom. Thinking Kang Hae-jun initiated their breakup, she yelled at him with the school beauty. When she learned it was the school beauty who dumped Kang Hae-jun, she defended him and argued with the school beauty. After the argument, she left and ignored the school beauty, who then chased after her and deliberately fell, blaming her in front of everyone. Accused by the school beauty, onlookers criticized Yoon Ju-won as manipulative. Only her best friend spoke up to defend her. Kang Hae-jun arrived and told the school beauty to stop acting. A nearby girl noticed the school beauty was bleeding and demanded Yoon Ju-won apologize. The crowd also demanded an apology. Kang Hae-jun, wanting to avoid further issues, advised Yoon Ju-won to apologize to end the drama. As Yoon Ju-won was about to apologize, Kim San-ha arrived and, asserting his authority as a top student, challenged everyone to produce evidence of Yoon Ju-won's bullying. Without proof, he told them to stop making accusations. Yoon Ju-won and Kang Hae-jun immediately followed their brother. To make amends, Kang Hae-jun bought fried chicken and cake to placate Yoon Ju-won, who accepted the gesture for the sake of the treats. The next day, Kang Hae-jun saw a woman at the school gate who resembled his mother. He followed her only to realize his mistake, witnessed by a friend. Kang Hae-jun took his friend out to eat, asking him to keep this secret from Yoon Ju-won. Unaware of his friend's feelings for him, Kang Hae-jun thought this would settle the matter. But the next day, a man approached him, claiming to be his father.